Picture this. If you lived in a world free of judgment and knew that you can never fail, what would you do? How differently would you live your life? It was a normal day, and I found myself in my room scrolling through a wide selection of YouTube videos on my phone. On one end, it ranged from little kids proudly showing off their shitty gaming setups and listing the prices of each part, to a completely different side of the spectrum, featuring grown adults like Casey Neistat talk about how he gave his friend a brand new $3,000 electric longboard for free. My brain is overstimulated from watching all these random videos for quite some time. I decided to take a break and go out for a walk to get some fresh air and to clear my head. As I'm walking around, a light bulb goes off in my head. I think to myself, there are people less qualified than me doing the things I want to do, having massive amounts of success, and living their best lives. So it brings me to a thought. Why not me? What do all these people have that I don't? Is it the higher quality camera gear they use? The greater amounts of money at their disposal? Or could it be their increased skill and expertise? I'm not sure, but it all sounds like good reasons for me to complain and bitch about why I'm not at their level yet. The list goes on, but there's one crucial element they all possessed at the time that no amount of money could ever buy. You want to know what it was? Trust. It's truly that simple, really. Trust. All these remarkable people shared one thing in common, an overwhelming belief that they can make a difference in the world, even if it meant facing the possibility of failing or being wrong in the eyes of others. You see, ever since I was a child, I've always had these crazy dreams about how I wanted to be all these unique and awesome characters in my life. I dreamt of becoming a professional gamer and joining the world-renowned gaming clan, FaZe. I wanted to be a race car champion who travels all around the world making thousands of dollars, and I even wanted to become a world-class filmmaker like Justin Escalona or Cold to create and bring my own stories to life. So why then did I pursue any of these dreams back then, much as even giving it a shot? I'll tell you why. Because of fear. I was scared because my mind was telling me, you're just a nobody. You're just a scrawny little insecure Asian kid who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. My mind was telling me, you're not allowed to dream this big. You're way over your head. Don't be stupid. Think small. Think safe. It's easier this way. Trust me. On the other hand, I was afraid others might criticize me and say, who does this kid think he is? He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And that, I think, was the toughest obstacle to overcome since I was pretty young at the time. I used to care way too much about what others thought of me. It almost got to the point to where I was so afraid to try anything new. I crafted a lot of stupid excuses and reasons for why I should now take action. Deep down, I felt sorry for myself for not having the courage. That's corny. The balls to put myself and my ideas out there for the world to see. I even convinced myself that avoiding the limelight was the best way to go at this point. Now, this was a recurring theme that often occurred multiple times throughout my childhood. Whenever I had a new plan or wanted to try a new idea to improve my life, I often ended up spending more energy hiding it from others rather than actively pursuing it. It was mentally exhausting and, to be quite honest, quite frustrating because it had become a deeply ingrained habit in my life. Simply put, I was being a pussy. I mean, in hindsight, come on, how are you gonna knock someone down for actually trying to do something different in their lives? When has it been not cool to try and make something better of yourself? Of course, throughout the years, my mindset got better as I started to devote more time to reading books, journaling, meditating, and honestly, watching all those self-help videos that would pop up on my YouTube and TikTok feeds. It was a positive step in the right direction. Things seemed to be looking up, but the biggest shift occurred when I came to the realization that nobody cares about you to the extent that you think they do. And I'm not saying that in a harsh way to hurt your feelings. I'm simply just telling the truth. Realize that people are too busy thinking and worrying about themselves to even have the time of day to think about you. And that should be freeing in a sense, because essentially, you can do whatever you want to do. Who cares what other people think of you? I don't, at least not anymore. Never let someone else's perception of you determine who you are. You ultimately decide what direction you want your story to go in. Who cares if it's not the same route that everyone else follows? So what if it fails? I'd rather fail a million times at something that looks stupid than regret not trying at all in the first place. I may have not gotten the result I wanted in the first 100 times, but hey, at least I tried. That's all you could ever ask for. But let me put it into perspective. So that takes me to summer 2023, when I finally decided to make my first huge purchase on a video camera. Well, second big purchase if we're talking about how I crashed my car into a wall last year and had to pay a small fee of $2,000 for the damages. It was a tiny dent. Well, not really, but all that money, gone. Oh well. But back to the story, of course. I bought this camera as a tool to bring my content and video ideas to life, and simply because it's been an interest of mine since I was a child. I've always wanted to make those cool, flashy video edits that you may have come across on various TikTok and YouTube pages. However, the main reason why I bought this camera in the first place was to force myself to step outside of my comfort zone and be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Because I had no idea what I would accomplish with this camera, but I knew that I wanted to use it as a tool to make the lives of those around me better, or at least the very least, make an attempt. It's a daunting task to ask of oneself, to place yourself and your ideas in a glass box for the rest of the world to see. That's terrifying because not everyone will appreciate or support your work 100%. That's just one of the things I had to accept if I wanted to grow and become a better creator. I get it. I don't think it's anyone's first choice to want to be in uncomfortable situations. However, it's a risk that you must be willing to take if you want to pursue and create something truly meaningful, something that lasts, something that changes the lives of others. Now that takes courage, and not many people have that these days. I hope that through the lenses of my camera, I can show others that it's never too late to rewrite your own story. Look at me, I'm 22. I don't even know what's going on in my life. I haven't figured it all out yet, but at least I'm trying. It's not going to be easy, but it sure as hell is better than sitting on my ass playing video games all day, watching TikToks, waiting for the right moment to happen. Because even if I fuck up and make myself look stupid on the internet, so what? At least I tried. At least I can take pride in the fact that I gave it my best regardless of the outcome, because there's nothing wrong with failing. I don't want to walk around all day knowing that I could have tried at least, but didn't. That would really suck. I just simply want to be better than I was yesterday. Many nights, of course, I would think to myself, I don't know if this is going to work out. What if this just isn't for me? And then I remind myself of all the countless hours I'd spent experimenting with the camera, watching online editing tutorials, and missing out on hangouts with my friends just so I could dedicate more time to learning color grading techniques and perfecting my craft. I made this video because I want to show others that I'm just another regular person like you. There's nothing inherently special about me. I'm definitely not God or anything like that, because if I was, I wouldn't be here making this video. I'd probably be somewhere else, flying around the world and giving homeless people broken cameras and creating cool shit out of thin air from the palm of my hands. But no, I'm far from that. I make mistakes, I fuck up a bunch, I say a lot of stupid things, and it just goes to show that I'm human, just like you. And by no means am I perfect in any way, but none of that will ever stop me from trying to improve myself and those around me, as you were never meant to be perfect, just better. It's certainly scary, but how can I expect others to trust me if I can't even trust and believe in myself? Trust is a commitment to the process, a decision to lead and make change happen regardless of the obstacles and bumps in the road, because you know that engaging in this process is better than running from it. Sure, there's a chance it might not work out and I might make a fool of myself, but I'm willing to risk that as many times as it takes if it's something that truly matters to me. And remember, if you're too attached to what other people think of you, you'll never truly be yourself. You'll never grow if you stay in your comfort zone. It's not the first time someone has called me dumb for trying something different. I would know, because I have a group chat with 3 or 4 other individuals who constantly flame me every other day. But who cares? I don't want to live life in fear anymore. No way am I going to tell a great story as one of the bystanders. Ooh, fuck. Still got it. Suck ass though.